Welcome to the All Sorts podcast, the deep dive where we really get into a topic.
That's right.
And today we're diving deep into Indian naval aviation.
Fascinating stuff.
It is.
Yeah.
We're going to be looking specifically at the development of the HAL twin-engine deck-based fighter.
The TEDBF.
Yeah, the TEDBF.
Right.
You've given us a bunch of articles.
Yeah, we've got some great material here.
Yeah, looking at like the progress of it.
That's
the
it.
intended role of it, even getting into some of the specifications.
That's right. Some pretty good details in these articles.
Yeah, and so today, what we're going to be doing is like really unpacking this ambitious project.
I think it's really interesting to see how this has all come together.
Yeah, and understanding like, why is this even happening?
Right. What's the rationale behind it?
What is it designed to do?
Yeah.
And then what challenges and prospects are there?
Yeah, because like any big project like this, there are always going to be challenges.
Right.
Now,
Exactly.
we'll definitely want to get into that.
Absolutely. So this is going to be like your personalized briefing on India's next generation carrier-borne fighter.
Indeed. And I think what's particularly interesting is we can trace this story back quite a ways.
Yeah.
You know, from those initial steps with the Naval LCA program
All right.
all the way to where we are now with the TEDBF.
Yeah. So let's get into it then.
Let's dive in.
So, the journey to the TEDBF, it really starts with the Naval LCA, or the Naval Light Combat Aircraft Program, back in 2003.
2003, a while ago.
Yeah. What was the initial idea there?
Well, the original vision was to develop a carrier-based fighter based on the Tejas platform.
Okay.
And they had plans for 2 phases, building prototypes based on both the Tejas Mark I and Mark II designs.
So they were really looking at this like a two-pronged approach.
Absolutely. And the Indian Navy was significantly invested in this.
Yeah, they put a lot of their own money into this.
A large portion of the development funding came from the Navy.
Right.
And, we even saw the rollout of the first 2-seater prototype, the MP-1, in 2010.
Wow.
And then the first flight in 2012.
So things were moving along with this program.
Yeah.
So what happened then? Why did they shift gears?
Well, that's the interesting part.
Yeah.
By 2016, the Indian Navy opted out of the Naval LCA program.
Yeah.
And they primarily cited that the aircraft was overweight
Okay.
and didn't meet their requirements for a carrier-based fighter.
So it's like it didn't check all the boxes?
Not all the boxes, no.
Yeah.
So this led to a search for an immediate solution,
Right.
the MRCBF program.
The multi-role carrier-borne fighter program.
That's the one.
Yeah, and this competition involves some big names.
Yeah, some familiar names for sure.
Right.
So you had the Dassault Rafale
Oh, yeah.
and the Boeing FA-18EF Super Hornet.
Wow, the Super Hornet. Okay.
Those were the 2 contenders.
Yeah.
And they underwent trials in India, including at the shore-based test facility in Goa.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. They have a facility where they can actually simulate carrier operations.
Ah.
So they really put these aircraft through their paces.
Wow.
Ultimately, the Rafale M was chosen,
Okay.
and the deal for 26 aircraft is expected to be finalized soon.
So we're still waiting on the dotted line.
Yeah, the ink to dry on the contract, but it's pretty much a done deal.
Okay, but the MRCBF, this was always seen as like an interim solution, right?
Yeah, stopgap measure.
Right.
Because even as the MRCBF competition was underway,
Yeah.
the development of the TEDBF was initiated around 2019, 2020.
So they were already thinking ahead.
Absolutely long-term vision.
Yeah.
They knew they needed a more advanced indigenous carrier-based fighter.
And why was that so important for them to have like an indigenous solution?
Well, I think for a country like India,
Yeah.
self-reliance in defense is a really big deal.
Okay.
It's about strategic autonomy,
Right.
not being dependent on other countries for such critical capability.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so the Naval LCA program, it kind of transitioned into a technology demonstrator
Okay.
to help de-risk the TEDBF project.